Welcome everyone to our second video in the channel. This video will dive into the family tree of WWE champion and internationally acclaimed actor Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. Let's not waste time and start by learning about The Rock's great-great-paternal grandfather. His great-great-grandfather, Stephen Bowles, was born in 1826 in Canada. He married Charlotte Jones Bowles, who was born in 1841. He passed away in 1881 and his wife in 1891. The two had 4 children during their life. The firstborn, John Bowles, was born in 1856 and died in 1915. The second, Botsford Bowles, was born in 1857 and died in 1870. The third, James Bowles, was born in 1870 and died in 1920. The three had a dear sister, Florence Bowles, who was born in 1873 and died on an unidentified date. The older brother, John, married Lila, who was born in 1859 and died in 1917. And just so you don't get lost, the couple are The Rock's great-grandparents. They had 9 children who are Charlotte, Garnett, Ida, James Henry Bowles, Estella, Harry, Morley, Russell, and Marshall. Ames Henry Bowles, The Rock's grandfather, was born in 1888 in Canada. He was a hard-working man who worked in a coal foundry to provide for his family. He had an aspiration to become a professional boxer, but unfortunately, he never realized his dream. Legend has it that he was once known as one of the strongest men in the NS, after winning a power contest at an exhibition by lifting the church bell weighing nearly 500 pounds. What a champion! Since he did not fulfill his dream, his grandchildren realized it. This grandfather passed away on the 29th of December, 1957, but not before meeting and marrying Lillian Bowles in 1943. She was born on the 29th of July, 1918, and died in 1996. This covers the lineage of The Rock's father and uncles in Canada. There were 4 children: Louis Ishmael Bowles, of whom only his name is known, and Robert Bowles, who we know nothing about. The other shocking fact is the existence of another unknown individual, whose name is a mystery. Luckily, the last uncle to our hero is known and is Mervyn Gesner Bowles, born on the 24th of August, 1943. He unfortunately died on the 12th of August, 2009 in the hospital with his family while battling cancer. He worked diligently in the transportation industry for over 40 years. He was also an accomplished comedian in his own right. His wife was Beulah Bowles. He had with her Richard, Randy, Bowles, Jeffrey, Barry, Michael, and his daughters Marcella and Crystal. All of them are The Rock's cousins. Of course, they all got married and had kids, but we're not going to get too deep with them for the sake of video time. Their uncle was the hero of our man, Rocky Johnson. He was born on August 24th, 1944. But why does he carry such weight? He was formerly a professional Canadian wrestler. Some know him as a superstar in the history of World Tag Team and the champion of NWA Southern. He passed away on January 15, 2020 at the age of 75. According to reports, he died of a pulmonary embolism at his home in Lutz, Florida, and had a net worth of $280 million. Looking him up on Google will tell you that this wrestler married only 3 girls in his lifetime, but the truth is that he had 8 relationships in his life and had other children from them. Let's talk about the 3 official relationships. The first is to Una Johnson. They married in 1966 and divorced in 1978. During these 11 years, they had the adorable Wanda Bowles, who was born in 1962, as well as Curtis Bowles. Both spent their childhoods in southern Ontario and the city of Hamilton. Their parents divorced because Una found Rocky's wrestling competitions to be against her faith and beliefs since they contained significant violence. She asked him to choose between her and wrestling, and so he left her and pursued his passion and dream. A year after their separation, he got into a relationship with Ada Johnson, with whom he had 1 child, The Rock. But who were her parents? Let's dive in. Her father, Peter Maivia, was born in 1937 and died in 1982, meaning that The Rock's maternal grandfather lived only 45 years. He was a wrestler, actor, and a compelling coordinator for American TV shows. His first wife, Leah Maivia, was born in 1927 and died in 2008. This grandmother was a wrestling promoter. They were married in 1953 and divorced in 1982. They had 1 daughter before their breakup. She is the exceptional mother, Ata Johnson. The grandfather was involved in affairs with 2 unidentified girls at the time of his divorce. He had 2 kids with them, who are Peter Maivia Jr. and Toa Maivia. After the separation of Rocky Johnson from Ada, with whom he had The Rock. Atta found herself battling lung cancer. In the meanwhile, Rocky went and got married for the last time to Dana Martin in 2004. They divorced in 2020. The devastating part, according to Sports Illustrated magazine, is that Rocky had 5 other children. The children were identified through DNA testing. I will now state their names and their mothers, as well as their dates of birth. Paula Parsons was born for Thelma Parsons in 1964. Trevor Edwards was born for Doreen Edwards in March 23, 1967. Lisa Purves was born for Vera Pintarin in October 26, 1968. Adrian Bowles was born for Carolyn Bowles in April 24, 1970. Aaron Fowler was born for Jackie Fowler in June 17, 1970. Most of his relationships were kept a secret, and he never brought his family together. We have a story that happened to his daughter, Lisa Purves, when she was 18. She tried to get in touch with her father for the first time by phone, but he hung up on her. Years later, she tried leaving a message for him, but he never responded. When she reached 30, she called her father again, and this time he stayed on the line for a moment to find out the caller. Once he found out it was her, he hung up. She also said that she tried introducing herself to his wrestling friends with the aim of reaching her father, but her attempts failed. Rocky was once arrested for the alleged rape of a 19-year-old girl. I find this father to be a little strange. And where was their half-sibling, The Rock? Did he eventually meet his siblings? There are many unknown details, but all will be revealed in time. As for the Atta brothers, Peter Mavia Jr. and Toa Mavia, we have searched the internet far and wide without finding any information. As for Curtis Bowles, the half-brother who was born in the U.S. and who works as a bodybuilder, he is doing his best not to be exposed to the public, and we will be respecting his privacy. As for his sister, Wanda Bowles, who was born to Rocky Johnson at the age of 18, she is living a normal life and has appeared in many videos with her brother, The Rock. Let's now talk about our hero, The Rock, and his exceptional feats in wrestling and acting. After Rocky Johnson's retirement from professional wrestling in 1991, Rocky trained his son, Dwayne, to carry on with his achievements. The Rock is currently married to his first wife, Dani Garcia, an American film producer and businesswoman. In 1997, they had one child, Simone Johnson, who is now in wrestling like her father and grandparents. The Rock divorced Dani Garcia in 2007. Long ago, Doris Harn-Jip was married to an unidentified individual and gave birth to Suzanne Hashian, who in turn married musician Sib Hashian and had with him Lauren Hashian, Adam Hashian, and Aja Hashian. Lauren Hashian, who is now a singer, songwriter, and music producer, was born in 1984. She met The Rock and the two maintained a friendship. They were married in 2019 and are still together. They had 2 more daughters, Jasmine Johnson, born 2016, and Tiana Johnson, born 2018. Some sources claim that the two are not from Lauren Hashian, rather a different mother. However, the most plausible and reasonable assumption is that they belong to Lauren Hashian. This marks the end of this video. If you have any suggestions or stories about these people, leave it for us in the comments. See you soon, and goodbye.